All right, I wanted to make this quick video. Some crazy stuff's been going on with AI, and I think it's really, really cool, good competition. And a lot of it is, our US based companies really trying to stay and outpace some of the Chinese companies, which are actually developing some really cool AI tools. So in this one, I'm actually going to just quickly demonstrate a few tools from both sides and kind of show you what's going on and what's being released right now. But it's really, really interesting, really good news for us as the end consumer because competition is going to make these tools a lot cheaper, a lot more user friendly, and we're going to have a lot of great tools at our fingertips. So check out a few of these as we take a look at some of the top tools from the US. I'll be mostly going over some of ChatGPT's recent releases that have been really huge, as well as some of the Chinese-based LLMs and other AI tools that are really good that I actually do a deeper dive in other videos. So check it out. All right. So first, we're going to start off with stuff from OpenAI. Obviously, probably one of the biggest and fastest moving AI companies right now. So they've created some stuff called a computer using agent, and they've released this agent called Operator. And in addition, they released Sora, which is the video creation software and everything. But Operator is really, really, really cool tool. I will try to get access to it right now. It's on their $200 Pro plan, and I haven't put that bill yet. But it actually does some really cool stuff with actually doing tasks for you. So there's a lot of stuff on the site where it just basically shows you, gives you some examples of things it can actually do. So it can book reservations, it can make plans, various different trip plans, and all this. It can utilize your browser to actually get tasks done. So it's another step towards that real agent that you can use to actually do things for you. One of the biggest complaints usually about things like ChatGPT and these other LLMs is they can't do anything. And you typically would have to build out an automation like I've done before with something like Make.com or Zapier and create these automations to do things. Now they're going a step further, and these are able to do this for you. So eventually this will roll out to the plus plans, they said, over time, over the next few months. I may go ahead and foot the bill for the Pro for a month to check this out and see if it's worth it. But from what I've seen from the demos, this is really, really cool. And you'll see some examples here. But again, this is just a quick overview of some of the things that are coming out. In addition, I also want to touch on because I'm going to do a comparison with O1. So O1 is a reasoning model that's been out for a while with ChatGPT. But the reason I bring this up now is at the time it was very advanced compared to other things that were out there until now. But if you're not familiar with what a reasoning model is, this is one of those where you prompt it and the LLM thinks. It takes time to think over the question, think over its answers, and it does a little bit deeper dive into trying to figure out what it is you really want, and it produces typically better answers. So if I were to give it a prompt and I wanted a deeper dive answer into it, I think one of them was around I wanted to do something around a really cool invention that I had thoughts on. So I'll give it a prompt. I want to show you what the thinking part looks like. All right. So what I came up with was a prototype for a device that will allow teleportation of a human to a desired destination. So something that's straight out of Loki or something. And although this may seem like science fiction, there are new discoveries that suggest this might be possible. Blah blah blah. So I created this prompt to have it make me a plan for this scientific breakthrough for teleportation. So I'm going to go ahead and give it this prompt, but we're going to do the same thing in another model as well. Let's see. Looks like I got it error. Let me redo it. All right, so I just copy and paste that prompt in. Always good to copy and paste, just copy your stuff just in case it messes up. So you see it's thinking and it's mapping out teleportation possibilities. Now, if you did this in a normal just ChatGPT interface or anything else, it doesn't actually think through this. So now it says it thought about teleportation prototype plan for 10 seconds, and then it's going to give me a plan about what would be required. Now, I won't go through all of this and if it's feasible or not, because it's totally a science fiction type of thing, but you give me all the steps. The biggest thing here, you would get some type of response like this from ChatGPT, but first it thinks through. So if I click this, it tells me what it thought about, right? Now, this is, I believe this is only available in our Pro Plus version as well. But if we go over now, I'm going to go over to a new model that was just recently released. It's called DeepSeek R1 from a company called DeepSeek, or OpenSeek actually. That is a Chinese-based company that's also creating an LLM very similar to ChatGPT. So I'm actually going to go here and use the same prompt, and this is actually totally free. So if you go to chatdeepseek.com, you actually get it. This actually shows you what it's thinking through as it goes through it. So as it's thinking through, I'm going to jump back over to ChatGPT. It did a little bit of thinking really quick and came through with an answer. This did a lot more thinking, looked at various different Nobel Prize physics things and looked at some discovery with IBM. It went through a lot more thinking. It thought for 15 seconds, but did a lot more thinking and then came out with this process and the step-by-step process. So all that to say, China, these Chinese companies, I'll say, are actually really starting to try to catch up. Now, obviously, I believe OpenAI is still ahead of everybody. They've just introduced Operator and they're dropping other tools, but these companies aren't far behind. And the other thing is this is open source. So DeepSeek is open source. You can actually download the models to your local computer, build on them and all those things, whereas ChatGPT is not open source. And a lot of our larger ones are not open source. The last thing I'll touch on too is a website that actually just came back called CapCut. It's actually owned by the same company that owns TikTok. So if you saw, that was banned for like a few hours and now they're back. But this has some really cool tools for creating videos and creating podcasts, all using AI, and it's all in one place. I think this tool is like amazing. I just really discovered the web version of it. I had the phone version, which is a lot more limited, but this has some great tools for creating full-blown AI videos that you don't even have to be on it. You can create AI avatars of yourself, create a whole podcast. I mean, it's a really amazing tool. So if this doesn't get banned in the next week or so, I'm going to come back and do a full deep dive. But let me know what you think, how you think these companies are progressing. Again, these Chinese companies are producing these open source, which is really, really big, which it means it's basically you can run these totally for free. And they are catching up quite a bit to some of the things with OpenAI. Again, OpenAI, I think, is still the leader. So the US is still ahead in the AI game. But I do see these other companies really, really catching up. And so what this means for us in the future, I think we'll have a lot cheaper tools, a lot easier to use tools, and it'll be great for us as the end consumer. And again, I'll do some deeper dives as we get more. But this world is moving so fast. Hope you guys enjoyed that quick overview. Go check out some of these tools and play around with them and see what you like and drop me some comments below.